Well, hello again, and welcome back to the Gospel in 3D. My name is Derek Van Ruler, and I'm here to equip and encourage every Christian to live every day with gospel intentionality. My heart is to help you succeed in growing in the Christian life. All too often, I find that people are told what to do, but not how to do it. That's what these videos are for, to take the how-tos and demystify them, if you will, so that you are able to truly grow in your walk with Jesus Christ. In the last few videos, we have begun to talk about confession of sin and how we're called to do that both individually, but also in community. Then we started to talk about how to help your kids confess when they hurt others and when they sin in thought or word that others don't even know about. And we discovered that modeling matters so much with kids because that is the best way they learn. Now, today, we're going to continue on again with this trek by talking about how do we dig into the hearts of our kids? How do we help our kids talk about what is on their hearts? So let's dive in. Parents, kids learn from you. That's why Moses tells us in Deuteronomy 6 that we're supposed to be the ones who disciple our kids into Christian maturity. And what he tells us there is that we must help them to know God and to love God in the everyday stuff of life. He says, even when we sit down or when we walk on the way, every opportunity is ripe with modeling how to live for Jesus before your kids. And so the first step that we must take in order to help our kids dig into their own hearts is that we have to dig into our own hearts first. We can't expect them to simply do it on their own or to tell them when we're not willing to do it. That's hypocritical, and our kids see right through that. So each day we need to be reading God's word, and we need to be figuring out where am I obeying or disobeying, and then we need to confess that sin to the Lord. And then dig into how do we deal with that sin and what are the root causes. To discover how to do that, check out previous videos as we've walked through those steps. But we need to be doing this first. And then we need to talk with our kids about what we're doing. Talk with them about our heart and the struggles that we're having. They may not just be sin struggles, but maybe you're wrestling with the amount of work you're having. Share that with your kids. Tell them how you feel stressed. Tell them that you're afraid of what your boss may say. Be wisely honest with them. Don't share with them the struggles that will hurt them or put an undue amount of weight on them, but figure out what they're able to bear and share with them. This honesty will teach your children how to think about their own heart. And when you do so, you need to focus on your heart. This is not a conversation where you gossip about your boss. No, it's about the fears that daddy or mommy have. Don't share that you're going to lose your job and that you're not going to have a house anymore. But do share that your job is hard and you're unsure what you should do and how you can honor God in your job. And then ask them to pray for you. Right then and right there, pause and ask them to pray for your heart, to pray for God to comfort you. Now, you may have to be incredibly specific and even have your child repeat after you the exact phrases they can pray, but either way, have them pray. This will teach them how to bring their cares and concerns, what their hearts are feeling to the Lord, which in turn teaches them to be more in tune with what is on their hearts. And then from this point, go ahead and ask them some questions. For the little ones, ask how you're feeling. You'll probably have to give them categories like sad, happy, mad, angry, excited, and then ask them why. Again, depending on the age and the intellectual ability of your child, you may have to give some reasons so that they can choose one for themselves. But don't lead them to the answer that you want. When you give them some reasons, state each one with the same tone so that they can honestly choose which reason they have. For the older kids, again, ask them how they're feeling and then ask them why. Ask them what happened in the day or the last week that has led them to this sort of feeling. Ask them what they're thinking and encourage them that they can be incredibly honest with you. You may even have to guarantee that no matter what they say, they will not get in trouble. Some kids are just too afraid to dig into their hearts because they're afraid of getting into trouble when they share what is really going on. But either way, encourage them to be honest and then listen. Don't try to fix their problem. Don't act like the parent who knows it all. Show compassion towards them. Empathize that what they are feeling is hard. Or you can understand if you really do and share with them that you understand. This will cause your child to open up even more and be honest with you about their heart and their feelings. And in doing so, you'll not only deepen your relationship with them, but you'll also train them to relate to God in appropriate ways where they can go to the Lord with their hearts in prayer as well. And then do just that. Pray with your kids. Go to the Lord in prayer with and for your kids. So there you have it. A few steps to help your kids dig into their own hearts and go deeper. Take this step of faith this week, and then I'll be right here for our next installment. Until then, God bless.